Hello everyone, today we're going to be taking another look at Gale Force 9 Star Trek Away missions and a new Federation expansion with Commander Scotty. Alright then, so Commander Scotty's Federation Away team. This contains everything you need to play an away team for the Federation from the original series. All the cards, dashboards, and of course the miniatures themselves are in here. So inside we have a tray with your 4 figures. We also have 2 decks of cards, a pre-constructed starter deck, and then an additional support and mission cards that you can mix and match and do a bit of list building. Then we have some tokens. So here we have the beaming tokens, along with a couple of bonus points and some tribbles. The trouble with tribbles, and more tribbles, all the tribbles. We have our core mission card and our dashboards. So let's take a closer look at these in turn. Okay, so we're going to start off with Scotty himself. The reverse of the card gives you some background, and in this case a little quote. "I can't change the laws of physics. I've got to have 30 minutes, Captain." So here we have our commander and engineer, Scott. Looking very spanking and thin. His card is Command, Engineering ×3. Excellent. Comes with a Type 2 phaser. He has his own unique ability, Miracle Worker. So whenever Scotty scores 3 or more successes in a skill test, you get a bonus action token, which is amazing. Standard 2/4 move and 2 attack, 2 defense and 2 skills, so fairly standard for most Federation models. We have Hiraku Sulu. Now, I was really hoping he'd be running about with a rapier and no top on, but you can't have everything. Pilot with an encyclopedic knowledge of starships. His hobby of botany means he collects plants. Here we have Command, Computers and Security 2. He does have rules for being a swashbuckler though, so even though he doesn't come with the sword, he is a bit of a sword master. Before discarding to reroll an attack action, you may reroll 1 die, and if you do, your opponent may also reroll a die. So obviously you have to pick your moments well for that one. Ideally whenever your opponent really can't get better than he has. Swordsman, roll an additional die when using antique weapons. Happy days. 3 attack and 3 defense. He really is a monster for combat. And handy for the beamings as well. 2 skill and standard 2/4 move. Then we have Uhura. I really like that model. Just there with her hand on her face, holding the earpiece in. She's listening to the signals. It's a very iconic look for the Enterprise. She, Communications Officer. Computers, Science and Communication 2. Only 1 attack, 2 defense and 2 skill. She does have an ability where she can re-roll a challenge for an operations terminal. So it's a bonus re-roll that you're not having to discard cards for. Is always handy. And last, but by no means least, although in many cases least, Mr. Leslie. So he served in almost every section of the Enterprise, worn the gold shirt, blue shirt and red shirt. So that's a really nice touch. I appreciate this in every way. So there's Mr. Leslie, phaser at the ready. Human specialist, no command abilities. Type 2 phaser and bodyguard. He gives another character backup for defense. You roll 2 die instead of 1. And then his standard 2-2-2, 2-4 move. So, interesting crew. Compared to Kirk's crew, they are a lot more specialised, if we put it like that. Taking a look at mission cards. So here's the new rule for beaming away, which Kirk's crew also have, or away team also have. It allows you, with certain mission cards, to beam off a board section and then return to either the same board section or to any transporter location after having completed the task. Sometimes it's just yourself beaming to do a specific test, like a science check or communications, whatever it happens to be. Sometimes it's a combat as an opponent and one of your away team members are beamed to somewhere to fight it out. So that's that. But more interestingly, with Scotty, we have tribbles. So the effect of tribbles is after any player has rolled a skill, attack, or defense while on a board with tribble tokens, and that includes people who have beamed away from that board section, they must re-roll 1 die of their opponent's choice. If the character is a Klingon, they must re-roll 2 die instead, because tribbles really hate Klingons, and vice versa. Adding tribbles at the end of any of your activations or bonus actions, they can add more tribbles. You place a tribble token on a mission board that doesn't currently have one that's adjacent to an infested board. And to remove, you can take a medical science or security check or an attack to get rid of them. Remove 1 token for each success, starting with closer tokens before moving further away. So, aggravating, I think, is the best way to put tribbles, as they will force you to reroll successes. The core missions that you can choose from are humanitarian aid. 3 or more aid missions in your scoring area at the end of the game will get you 30 big fat bonus points. Or red shirts. For each friendly character that is not neutralized at the end of the game, you get 10 bonus points. So potentially 40 bonus points if everybody's still on their feet. Poor red shirts. We hardly knew them. Taking a quick look at the deck then. As always, split into support and mission, and contains, apart from gorgeous pictures from the original series and little homages in the names, you've got a variety of card types. So you've got events like this, Trouble with Tribbles, allowing you to stick them here, there and everywhere. There's one of our beaming events. Take a command skill test, and if passed, place this character in an empty space. Well, that's an event, beam us up, actually, it's not a beaming. The Sky's biosignature, look at that. Everybody gets to be a Romulan, at least once. If I push away from the events, we get some equipment. So, classic communicator, a hypo spray, so good for damage recovery, a rapier. I wonder who's getting that. There he is, being all glossed up. You go, Mr. Sulu. +1 attack die, melee weapon, and also Mr. Sulu gets that bonus for that as well. Tricorders, Trident scanner, and a universal translator. So, some nice bits of kit. The mission decks then, as you would expect, a variety depending on how you plan on playing. And obviously these can be combined with the Kirk away team deck. So you can really put together a very specific Federation one across these two. There's Deep Space K7. So triple tokens, here we go. The Doomsday Machine. Oh, classic episodes, every one of them. Let's move away from the tribbles. I think they actually transported them to a Klingon engineering or engine room. Is that what they did with them? Anyway, I digress. So your standard decks there allow you to get a feel for how Scotty's away team will play. Once you've got that down pat, then you can go into the additional support and mission deck and start to put together more tailored sets of cards to allow you to exploit either the core missions or a specific play style that you're aiming towards. So you'll see some new and exciting, you can't take it anymore, cards, and in some cases you'll find duplicates of ones that are already in there, so you can build specific spam lists, obviously within the rules of the game, because there are limits on what cards can be duplicated and replicated. Here we have some of the mission stuff. So good set of cards, beautifully, I say illustrated. I just love the original series, and just seeing all the screenshots, really nice, clear, high def. There's a 50-point restored part of the bridge. You go, be all that you can be. Surely a great episode. But there you have it. The culmination of the original series away team. So there we go. That pretty much carves out the original trilogy command set then. Chekhov, Sulu, Spock, Kirk, Bones, Scotty. And then there's even that red shirt. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe the reason they chose him was as a recurring character / background extra. He was actually constantly on screen in different roles all over the ship. And that's just perfect. That sums up the TV series to a T. And I just love the fact that Gale Force 9 have done that by dropping that character in as a little sort of nondescript red shirt to go with. So another great box from the guys Gale Force 9. Great to have that expansion to round out the original series and really change up how the games play, especially when you've got your beamings going on. So fascinated to see both Federation original series teams on the board at the same time, throwing them up against somebody like Klingons or the like, or maybe we'll get a Khan Noonien Singh box. That would be good. Time will tell. Let me know what you think below, folks. Until next time, bye-bye.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.